Everyone warned Ava not to move in. They called it the mirror room. A room no one stayed in for long. A room that watched you back. But Ava didn't believe in urban legends. She was logical. Scientific. A grad student in psychology, fascinated by superstition, not afraid of it. Until she moved in. Until the mirrors started moving. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Dark Corner. Hope you're doing great. Do subscribe my channel for amazing stories. It was a short-term rental. A Victorian townhouse divided into rooms for students. Room 6, top floor, attic style. Low ceilings. Dusty wood floors. And mirrors. So many mirrors. One on every wall. Different shapes. Different sizes. None of them could be removed. The landlord just smiled and said, "The room likes to see who's in it." At first, it was harmless. Her reflection seemed a little off sometimes. Smiling when she wasn't. Blurry when the room was still. She blamed fatigue. Overwork. Too much caffeine. But then came the delay. She'd move. And the reflection would follow. Just a beat too slow. It started small. A flicker here. A glance there. Then it began to mimic emotions she wasn't feeling. Laughing when she cried. Crying when she laughed. Until one night. The mirror Ava didn't move at all. She just stared. Smiling. Wide. Wrong. Ava covered them. Bedsheets. Blankets. Towels. But every morning, the sheets were gone. Neatly folded on the floor. As if the mirrors had peeled them off during the night. She tried sleeping in other rooms. On the couch. In the hall. But every night she woke up. Back in room 6. In the bed. Facing the largest mirror. Her reflection already awake. Already smiling. She brought friends to stay. Her best friend Lila lasted one night. They stayed up, whispering, trying to ignore the coldness in the air. Until Lila looked into the full-length mirror. And saw Ava. But Ava wasn't next to her. Ava was still in the kitchen. The Ava in the mirror turned slowly. And looked right at Lila. Lila screamed. The glass cracked. And she ran. Ava started recording everything. Phone cameras. Camcorders. Night vision. But the recordings always glitched when she pointed them at the mirrors. Static. Warping. Sometimes just black voids. And once. She captured a frame. 1 second. Less than that. Of something behind the mirror. Tall. Faceless. Its head tilted. Its fingers, clawed and long, resting on the other side of the glass. The mirrors began to whisper. Late at night, just before sleep. Voices. Dozens. Overlapping. Calling her name. Ava. 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 Until one night, one of them said, "Let me out." She smashed one. The smallest mirror by her dresser. It bled. Not metaphorically. Red. Wet. Dripping. And then the sound. A horrible, unearthly screech from inside the walls. Like something had been wounded. The next morning, the mirror was back. Perfect. Polished. Like it had never been touched. She stopped sleeping. Her eyes went dark. Her skin pale. She tried to move out. Packed her things. Called a cab. But the driver never arrived. Her calls never connected. Emails unsent. Text messages frozen. The mirrors were keeping her there. She tried to break the lease. Confronted the landlord. He simply said, "The room chooses who it keeps. You're special. It likes you." And then, as she turned to leave, she caught a glimpse in the hallway mirror. Not herself. But her reflection. Standing still. Grinning. And mouthing something she couldn't hear. That night, she slept with the lights on. Every mirror covered again. She chained herself to the radiator. Wrapped a belt around her wrist. To keep from being moved. But at 3:03 a.m. she awoke. Unchained. Uncovered. And standing. in front of the largest mirror, her hand pressed flat against the glass, and her reflection smiling, eyes wide, mouthing the words. "It's your turn." She ran. Down the stairs. Out the door. Onto the street. But the street was wrong. No people. No sound. No sky. Just darkness. As if the world itself had folded inward. She turned around. The townhouse was gone. Behind her, only one thing stood. A freestanding mirror. In the middle of the road. Reflecting nothing. She stepped closer. And there she was. Inside the mirror. Her reflection waving. But something was different. The reflection looked relieved. Free. Ava reached for the glass. Her fingers passed through. The reflection whispered. "One always stays. One always leaves." Then grabbed her hand. Pulled her in. Now Ava lives in the mirror. Trapped. Watching. Smiling. Waiting for the next tenant. Because the room is never empty for long. And once the mirror chooses you, you belong to it.